We'll go live in a minute now. Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new show, Out of Nowhere. Well, my guest today is Beth Lee Crowther. I've just been looking back. I think it's about 2 years since you were last on the show. Psychic Beth is one of the most diverse psychic mediums working in the UK today. Her focus is to offer guidance to others as a psychic medium, clairvoyant, Reiki master, animal communicator, author. Within Beth's work, she often encounters people looking for answers during a stage where they feel lost or stuck. Can we please welcome Beth to the show? Hello there.
Hiya, Bob. Thanks for having me back on your show.
And I can see there's Janice in the chat room, Rebecca in the chat room, James, and there will be a few more shortly anyway. They're always there. So if anybody wants a reading or ask a question, just relay it to me, and then I can click on it and it'll show on the screen so Beth can see it. So what's happened since you were last on the show?
Where do I start, Bob? Well, what sort of happened is, as you know, I've been on doing my pet psychic things that I do, and I've been very lucky to be on ITVs this morning on numerous occasions, which has been really brilliant. And I then decided to write a book, because I've already written a book, as you know. I think you've talked to me about my Life by Numbers book when I've been on previous shows with you. But I decided that I was going to write a book, How to Become a Pet Psychic, because when I've been going on this morning, there were so many people that were asking questions, wanted a reading on the show. And when I was doing my own radio show on Pulse Talk Radio, we were inundated with people who wanted to know about their pets or what was going on for them, or a prediction or whatever. And I thought, I'm going to write How to Become a Pet Psychic to show people that other people can have a telepathic communication with their pets as well. So I wrote the book, and I was very lucky to get a traditional publisher. And this morning, let me do my book launch on the show, which was absolutely amazing. It was with Josie Gibson and Vernon Kay, and they got my book there, and they were asking me all sorts of questions about my book, and Josie was asking about her dog. Anyway, I took my dog with me, Misty, and they said, oh, you can bring her onto the, into the studio, onto the set. Yeah. And she's a lovely dog. She's a rescue from Poland, and she'd had a really bad time. And she'd been a breeding bitch in Poland, and then she'd gone to a rescue, and then eventually I'd got her, and one thing and another. Anyway, I'd got her sat nicely on this sofa. It was all live. It was going really well. And because I was so focused about telling them about my book and how it works and what it's all about, I sort of got Misty sat next to me, but hadn't realised she'd jumped off the sofa and she ran across the studio. And Josie said to me, she went, Beth, she said, what do you think Misty's thinking now? And I thought, what's she asking me that for? And she said, because she's eating Ainsley Harriet's chicken casserole. And she ran. It could only happen to me, Bob. It could only happen to me. She'd ran to the kitchen part of the set. And of course, where their kitchen is, they've got sort of shelves which are low. And the chicken casserole that Ainsley Harriet had cooked was on a low shelf. And she'd got her head in it, eating it. And of course, the cameras sort of were filming it. Everybody was in hysterics, as you can imagine. And all you could see is one of the crew pushing Misty off the, you can just see her little bottom appear round the sort of breakfast bar, Of course, everybody's in hysterics. So I'm trying to get her back. But it was chaos, absolute chaos. But of course, in the end, I was trying to sort of defend Misty by saying, oh, well, she's been starved in the past. She's a rescue dog. She's always hungry. But everybody was just in hysterics. So it just ended up mayhem. We were all laughing. But the one thing that was just amazing was whatever she'd done, everybody went and bought my book, and it went to Amazon #1 bestseller that day. So a bit of something that went a bit wrong was the best thing that could have happened, really. So it was a very funny thing. And then after that, I got the chance to film a TV show for Channel 5. So one thing led to another. Now, that hasn't been on TV yet, but it should be aired soon. So, of course, last year was really taken up with the launch of my book and getting this TV show filmed and everything. So, to be honest, it was like a crazy dream, you know, where like all these mad things are happening and you can't quite believe that it's happening.
True.
And it was just an amazing experience. So I feel very lucky and very blessed that I've been able to have that opportunity to share what I do on a large scale. So that's why I haven't been on your show for ages.
It's true. You've been ever so busy. How did you find it being on TV on This Morning then?
Oh, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. They're so lovely when you go there. Everybody is like a big family. Even like the ladies and the people in the makeup department, they do all your makeup for you, make you look really great, you know, cover a multitude of sins, do your hair. And oh, I've met so many lovely people, and all the presenters that are on it are absolutely great. They're just lovely. They're really lovely people. And it's a great atmosphere to be in. And I just feel very lucky. I've been on there, probably 12, 13 times, maybe more now. The only thing is, obviously, it's a bit of a journey for me because it's in London and I'm in Worcester. So it's a bit of a journey. But I've always had a great time, a great experience when I'm there. And the best thing about it is that when I go, they get loads of phone calls because I sit there and do readings, you know, people send in their photographs of their pets and a question. And because it's telepathy, I only have to look at the photograph of somebody's pet to then start doing a reading. You know, I'm getting dialogue really from the animal in a psychic way. And then I'm explaining what the animal wants to say to their owner. But do you know what happened when I was there once, Bob? Amazing thing happened. I was there and Sarah Ferguson was there.
Oh, was
she was being interviewed by Holly, and I was sat at the table ready to do my bit after the break, and I could see Sarah Ferguson, and Holly said to her, she said, at the end of the interview, she said, Beth's here, who does the pet psychic readings, if you want a reading on the Queen's corgis. And Sarah Ferguson said, yes, I would like that. And I was like, oh my God. And they came up to me and they said, Beth, will you do a reading for Sarah Ferguson on 2 of the Queen's corgis? Because since the Queen had passed away, Sarah looks after those corgis. And I said, yes, of course I will. And I actually did a reading on the Queen's corgis for Sarah Ferguson. I was like, this is mad. And she was the most beautiful lady, absolutely lovely. She shook my hand and she said she really enjoyed it and she understood what I'd told her about the corgis. Yeah, and it was just like another amazing experience that happened. So it was a dream come true. And talking of dreams, the week before I dreamt about the Queen, which was odd. And I had this really strange dream that I was stood next to the Queen. And in the dream, I remember thinking, oh, she's really tiny. She's so small, the Queen, you know, like quite petite. Yeah. And in the dream, I thought, you're not allowed to touch the Queen. You know, that is a no-go, isn't it? You know, with royalty. But in the dream, I put my arm round her and gave her like a cuddle, like a hug. And I thought, oh, I know she won't mind. So it was the most peculiar dream. And I woke up and I went downstairs, and my mum and dad were here at the time. And I said to my partner, Nigel, and my mum and dad, I've just had a mad dream about the Queen, and that I gave her a cuddle. And then a week later, I did a reading on her corgis. And it wasn't until I'd come out of the studio after I'd had the experience with Sarah Ferguson that I suddenly thought, oh my God, I had that dream last week that I met the Queen. And it was like really bizarre. So it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was a magical moment, really, that I'll never forget. So, yeah, some strange things have been going on lately.
Yeah, when you're saying that as well, I remember, I think it was 2002. I used to go to a Spiritist church in Briglington at Victoria Road. And one of the chair ladies said to me, funny thing, she said, I dreamt about you going to a garden party and meeting Princess Anne. Well, I didn't think anything of it.
Sorry, Bob, my internet must have dropped
All
out.
right. I didn't think anything of it about meeting Princess Anne. Anyway, I went to work in Bradford and then Keighley, and I got sent down to Nebworth to look after a guy who was paralysed. Oh, no, that was it. Nearly got it wrong. I went to work in Keighley, and then they sent me to Bradford. Anyway, I turns up to look after this kid who was paralysed from the neck down. He says, Princess Anne's coming today to see me.
Oh, wow.
I said, you what?
Oh, my goodness.
She said, oh, yeah. Somebody will be coming to see you shortly. Anyway, they came. They had a look. Day before, they came and checked at the house, the bungalow out, looked in the loft, sealed the loft off, came round. And then on the morning, she came and knocked at the door.
Wow.
So I said, hello. So I had to go greet and bow, fetch her in, and I said to her, look, Princess Anne wants to talk to you.
Oh,
so
how
he wasn't right
wonderful.
bothered. He wasn't. He were in a wheelchair. Nice lad, 23 years old, and he were asking questions. She were asking him questions, and then she says to me, "Are you the cook?" Anyway, we had his photo taken with her, and it was in local Bradford paper.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I thought, chair lady saying you're going to meet Princess Anne. And I thought nothing of it, and then it happens.
Wow. Isn't it a special moment, though? It's like surreal, isn't it?
I didn't know what to make. I didn't know, And she said, what do you do for him? And I said, well, I look after him. I feed him and look after him. Make sure he's all right in bed during the night and everything.
Oh.
And I'm basically nursing him back to health.
Yeah.
She was paralysed from the neck down. And after she'd gone, she was going up to a centre to have afternoon tea. I said to her, look, she wants us to go up. He said, oh, I can't be bothered. I said, well, it's up to you, mate. If you don't want to go, I'm not forcing you. So I didn't go up.
That's fair enough. Oh.
But how strange is that? And then...
Yeah. See, you just never know.
No, you don't. Whoever you're going to meet. There's there's Rebecca in the chat room wants to ask a question.
How do you feel 2024 will compare to 2023 for me? Thank you, Beth. Is that Rebecca? I can't see it very clearly. Yeah, Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca.
I'm on my phone, so my screen's only small.
Yeah, Rebecca.
How do you feel 2024 will compare to 2023 for me? Let's have a look for you, Rebecca. I've actually got my own oracle cards here.
Oh,
I just
lovely.
feel very compelled to pull you some cards out, Rebecca. I'm just giving them a shuffle. Let's see what comes out for you. I designed these a few years ago because I just wanted to use like my own cards.
That's good.
Yeah, the first card I've got for you, Rebecca. Obviously, we always have to say it's for entertainment purposes only when we do readings. So I'm just going to say that first. You've been through a very stressful time in 2023, because the first card I've pulled out for you is my card that says meditation and mindfulness. Now, whenever I get this card for anybody, it always denotes quite a high level of stress. So I know that you may have felt like things were going wrong, or you were pulling your hair out. The other word that I hear was you felt that you weren't being as productive as you could be. And then you've got this wonderful card that says, learn from the master, take advice. So there's certainly a lot of new learning for you this year. And I see that you'll be gaining some level of qualification or qualifications, and that you'll be quite successful in any kind of learning capacity that you take on board. That may also lead you to be teaching other people in the future. Again, another stress card, which is be at one in nature. And that's really saying to you, you've got to get your head around things. You need to sort things out. It's as if, like, spirits show me you have like a very busy spell, and then things go a bit quiet, and then it's busy and quiet. And you know, sometimes when we procrastinate, we haven't got any motivation to do things. I feel like you've been lacking in motivation, but I feel that that will be restored and things will improve. And you've got this lovely card, which is the intuition card here. Trust your intuition. You know, that card, that photograph was taken in Pakistan. It was actually, it was actually artwork on a lorry. My daughter took that picture when she went on a tour of Pakistan. And it's full of brightness and colour and vibrancy. And I think that you're starting to sort of come out of your shell, if you like, show the world who you are. I'm getting a name, and it's the initial N, but it sounds a name that's unusual, a bit like something like Naomi. That's why I hesitated, because I was thinking, am I pronouncing it correctly? So it's a bit like Naomi. Now, if you don't know that person, I want you to write that down, Rebecca, and look out for them coming in around you. You've got this gorgeous card that says, let the world hear your song, which really is about you using your voice, communicating. I don't know if you sing, you may even sing, but it's about getting out there. But there is new communications that's going to be made, and you've got somebody new coming into your life. So I don't know if you've been looking for a new relationship, but there's certainly somebody coming in who's going to be a great friend and a great confidant coming in around you. And the issue you've got really is learning to trust again, and trust will come to you, and you will be able to trust this person. I think that you learned a lot of lessons last year. Maybe we all did, really, through one thing and another. But for you, it hit you hard. And it's about really picking yourself back up. There's new.
You've stopped again.
Sorry, my internet went again. There's new opportunities with learning for you, Rebecca, but also teaching later on. I think you've got a lot to offer people. I think that because spirits show that you're very kind and generous, that you can be taken advantage of, your good nature. So I think it's about finding some assertiveness now and standing up for yourself. And if you want to say no to something, then mean it. Don't be talked into things that you really don't want to do, and that will serve you well. But you've got good things to look forward to. Particularly, they show me the 17th of April. So if you can write that down, and I hope that helps.
I'm sure it will do, and I'm sure she'll get back to us shortly.
Yes, just let us have some feedback, Rebecca. That would be great.
Yeah, I'll just go and check, see if she's put out down. That's so right. Beautiful, she said. Now then,
you're very welcome.
I'll just give you a minute to yeah, it was so strange with Princess Anne. And she said, what else did she say to me? Oh, are you the kook as well? The kook. There were a guy at back of her trying to say, come on, we must go. But she didn't want to go. She wanted to talk and did some more talking.
Oh, how lovely. She must have took a shine to you.
I don't know about that. But she was so nice.
Oh, I know. It's just, it's like when you actually see these people in real life, it's sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. Well, you will know if you met, because you met Princess Anne. But it's a bit like they're a bit larger than life. You know, they're a bit shiny in a way, like almost like you can see their aura. You know, and it's like, wow, they have got this sort of charisma, really, I suppose you would call it. That's how I felt when I met Sarah Ferguson. I thought, yeah, she's got this amazing charisma about her, and she was instantly likable. I just liked her straight away. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, she's lovely. She's a lovely lady, you know.
Well, she probably is. It's just the media make out, but she's not. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Sarah, you know,
but
she's had a difficult time, but she's wrote books, children's books, hasn't she?
Yeah, and she does. I think she does a podcast and things like that. So she's getting out there, and good for her. You know, I hope she continues to do things like that.
I do as well. I think we've got another question. That's from Diane. Just a general reading. Is there anything I need to know for 2024? From Diane Farrell.
Hello, Diane. I'll have a look at my cards for you. Diane, if you've got a number between 1 and 1,000, just type it into the chat box and I can look at my book as well and give you another little reading out of there. Just any number that comes into your head, Diane, the first number between 1 and 1,000, just type it in. I'll just pull some cards out for you. I get the name Simon, Diane, so if you don't know it, just jot it down if you've got a pen and a paper. That comes to me straight away. You've got a beautiful card here, Diane. You've got be creative, learn something new.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see there's a lot of artwork. It's a bit of a graffiti card there, but it's all about having expression and freedom to make your mark and put pen to paper. I feel like there's a lot of words that you want to get out, so maybe writing a book or a blog or something of that nature would suit you well. There's a lot of other words on this card, and the two that stick out for me is the word dream. I don't know if you can see that there, and also the word need. And what I think is really fascinating about that is what holds you back from your creativity is the need to perhaps do something normal, as in I've got to get money in, I've got to, you know, be in a routine. And often we block the creative side because we're so worried about the day-to-day running of life. And I feel that you need to make some time for yourself to fulfill those creativity desires. And actually, you're quite talented in that way. You've got a lovely card which says respect your environment. And I think for this year, can you see the little van there and the windy road?
Yeah,
there's a lot of travel there for you, so really enjoy the environment that you will be traveling to, and don't put off journeys. You've got to go for it. You've got to do a little bit more of exploring. I feel that there will be a need for travel, as if you're going to visit somebody who lives quite a long way away. So there's invites. I can see something to do with a wedding in July or August. Again, make the effort to participate there, and don't fear it. I know we've got Bob with us, and I know his full name's Robert, but I want to give you the name Rob or Robert. So just remember that as well. And the most beautiful card you've got here, Diane, is Jump for Joy. So there's exciting news coming in. I get it around the 26th to the 30th of May. Something very exciting coming in there. Good news. And then you've got the daydream believer card. So you've got to follow your dreams and not give up on your dreams, and don't, you know, think that, oh well, I've got too much to do, or I'm not capable. Oh, that's a silly idea. You've got to grasp these opportunities and go for them. And the last card you got here is notice the signs. So people might sort of give you information, you know, it might, oh, this is going on next week, do you want to come? And like, oh no, I'm really busy, I think I'll leave it. You've got to make the effort. Life can only change if you're willing to change. You know, you're not going to get the person who just knocks on your door and says, ha, I've got a magic wand and I'm going to alter everything and make it better. You've got to have a part in it. Nevertheless, I do feel that you would be good at doing some manifestation exercises and just really looking at how you can meditate, calm down a little, and then make a plan, because spirit tell me you're organised. So you're more likely to achieve things if you write them in the diary and set yourself some goals, you know, even if it sounds silly or it sounds like it's not possible. Look at the things me and Bob have talked about tonight, like weird things that have happened to us. We've only had those things happen because we've put ourselves into a situation where we've come out of our comfort zones. And you should feel a little bit uncomfortable sometimes when somebody asks you to do something, because you should get that reward after that. You've come out of your comfort zone, you've done something that feels uncomfortable, but you've accomplished it, because that's the best feeling in the world. You know, it really is. Did you come up with a number, Diane?
Not as yet.
Okay.
I'll just go check.
If not, perhaps
no,
perhaps you choose a number between 1 and 1,000, Bob.
I will say 99.
Ooh, 99. Let's have a look, see what that says.
Oh, Diane's just come with a number now. Treble 4.
Do you know what? I had that number today when I was out, because I was following a car.
99.
No, 444. I was following a car with the registration at the end was 444, and it stuck in my mind. Let's look at both those numbers. So Bob has chosen you 99, Diane, and it's ever so funny because it's a bit like the reading I've just given you. It says, take on a new challenge and do something good. Organise a charity event or raise money for a worthy cause. It will raise your self-esteem, push you to your limits, and give you the feel-good factor. And let's have a look at your number 444. Let's have a look. Just finding the right page. It says, this number reminds you that happiness is going to be yours for the taking. Good relationships, buoyant finances, and new opportunities will fill your heart with joy. Isn't that gorgeous?
That is gorgeous.
Lot to look forward to there, Diane. You can get that on Amazon if anybody wants to get Life by Numbers.
Definitely.
Use it for yourself.
Can we get that on Amazon? You said?
Yeah, just go on Amazon and put in Life by Numbers, but it's in my maiden name, Elizabeth Barber.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's in my maiden name. If that's confusing, because my pet psychic.
Well, I was going to ask you about when you went on this morning. How was Ollie then?
Oh, she was lovely, absolutely lovely. She's a really beautiful lady. She's so pretty. When you see her in real life, you always think, are people going to look what they look like on the telly in real life? Do you know what I mean? Like that funny little thought.
Well, you would do, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And I think, I wonder what she'll look like in real life. You know, oh, she's stunning. She's the only thing I would say that she looked a little bit different. She seems more petite in real life than on the telly. She looks very petite. She's a very beautiful lady. And I met Rylan, you know, and
Ryan.
God.
What was he like then?
Oh my God, he's such a nice person. He's gorgeous. And the day I was on, he'd had a snake going. He'd come downstairs or something, and he'd seen a snake in his house. presumably like a field snake or something.
Yeah.
And he obviously it had frightened him, and then he couldn't find it, didn't know what happened to it. And as a joke, what they'd done, because he must have been telling people he'd had this snake in his house, what they'd done, they warned me before I went on. They got a guy there with a massive snake, like a great big python or something. And they said, "Oh, you're not frightened of snakes, are you?" And I said, No, I'm not frightened at all. And they took this, they surprised him with this massive snake. And of course he was like, "Whoa!" No, as you can imagine. And then a little bit later, we went and, did my phoning bit. And funnily enough, I've got the snake bracelet on, funnily enough. I'd just put this bracelet on that happened to be a snake. It was just one of those, funny synchronicities. And he was so lovely. He gave me a hug and he was so welcoming, And then I said to him after, I said, do you realise the symbology of snake is that snakes shed their skin? So it's like a new beginning for you. It's like the end of one way of life, the beginning of something new. When your paths cross with a snake, it's like a new, you're getting rid of your old skin, you're getting some, new beginnings. And I think he quite understood that and quite liked it. Oh, he's a very, very lovely,
still lives
kind
with his
person.
mum, so I believe.
Sorry?
I think he still lives with his mother at home.
Oh, perhaps he does. I mean, obviously, I only go there,
He does.
and I'm only there, for a short amount of time. I don't actually know the people on a personal basis. Any of these celebrities, I've just met them, so I don't know their ins and outs of where they live or what they, what they're about their personal life. But just on my experiences of coming into contact with them and being on the show, everybody's been absolutely fabulous. So, but I know that I saw on the Instagram or something that his mom hadn't she fell over and broken her leg or her foot or something, I think. And that sounded really, really horrible. But so it's just been a whirlwind.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Right, this is from Alex. Beth, if possible, could I please get a card reading, please?
Of course you can, Alex. Just general, nothing in particular.
I think it is general, just a general one. He's a lovely lad.
Let me have a look for you then, Alex. Just think about, Alex, anything you want to know as I'm shuffling the cards. Project your question to me.
Great idea. Or a number.
Yeah, I get.
Or a number, Alex.
I when you said that, Bob, number 14 came to me. Let's see what Alex's number is. Ooh, I love this card. Look, life's an adventure. Go for it. I don't know what's been holding you back, Alex, but it's almost like spirit show me that you felt restricted, that you can't go off and follow your dreams and what you want to do. There's a bit of restriction around you. And I think this year is all about going for it and sort of allowing those restraints to be lifted, and you will find the time, you will find the finances to do it. There is a big decision coming up for you. You've got the decision time. And, when we get a card like that, it's a card sometimes of what we would say preparation, but in a good way. But it's also saying to you to trust your intuition, that you're going to make the right choice and the right decision. Sometimes we just put up with things and we just go along with it, and it's a bit easier to do that. We're used to it, but that doesn't always make us happy. And I feel that in order for you to really reach your goals and get what you want out of life, you're going to have to make a choice and make a decision and just go for it. You're a tactful person, spirit say, so you'll handle it in the right way. There's much more there out for you. I want to give you the name, Alex, the name of Josh, Josh. So just remember, I've given you that name. If you don't know them, then look out for them with an opportunity attached to it in a good way, not in a negative way. You know, I said about that decision card, Alex. Now you've got a card, look, it says just walk away. So there is something that you're going to leave behind. And when you look at this card, can you see in the picture, it's actually my son in the card, Kieran, but can you see he's looking up and he's looking ahead?
Yes.
So he's walking away with almost like his shoulders are back, like a relief, like, oh, I've got a weight that's been lifted off my shoulders when I walk away. My head's up and I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at the sun, you know, and I'm looking ahead to the future. So when you make this decision, it will feel like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders, and then you'll know that you've done the right thing. You know, when we get that sense of relief, that's just like your body's thermostat telling you you've done the right thing. Now, you will have help around you because you've got the card of support each other. And sometimes, just remember this, you can be too proud to ask for help. So if you need to talk it through with somebody, don't feel like you're unburdening or you're putting all your problems onto somebody else. You've got somebody around you that will only be too glad to give advice, to listen and to support you. We all need that. You know, we all need it, no matter how confident anybody seems or how well adjusted somebody is. We all need to talk to somebody and we all need to confide in somebody at times in our life. And you know what? I'm sure, Alex, that you do that for other people. So don't worry about you having your chance to unburden in some way. I'm just going to pull you one more card out, which is this one, which I think is perfect for you. And it says, see past any obstacles. And can you see? She's on like this, I don't know what that thing is called, like a go-kart.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, she's looking at the mountain. And that is a huge obstacle, that mountain. But she's happy. She's got her hand in the air. She's like, yeah, I can do it. I can achieve it. I can get around this obstacle. It's not going to be as a big issue as what you think. So let's have a look at number 14 that popped into my head for you, Alex, and see what that's all about. It says, someone in the spirit world is drawing close around you at this sad time. Take strength and comfort as they send their healing out to you. Remember that things get better in time and things are going to improve this year. So I hope that makes sense and I hope that's been helpful.
Yeah, and it's just sent this 999.
Ooh,
Alex,
I love it. Honestly, this is like one of the best numbers in the book, 999. Let's get it for you. It says, stop chasing your dreams and go and grab them instead. You're ready to spread your wings and fly. Think of yourself as a golden eagle, seeing things from a broader perspective. This is a time of great spiritual awakening, a time to manifest your goals and to exude confidence and capability. It's your time to shine. So that's what you've got to do, Alex. It's your time to shine.
That is a good one.
It is. He picked very well.
He did. He did.
He did pick well.
You know, but I know you've been filming. So have you been filming all over the UK then?
I have, yeah. From literally from up in Scotland to down in like Sussex. In the end, I just didn't even know where I was in the end. Here, there, and everywhere.
Did you do anything in Yorkshire then?
Yes, but I can't remember. Oh, where did we go? We did go somewhere in Yorkshire. I don't know if it was like, no. Maybe it was like Bolton or somewhere, that sort of area. Is that Yorkshire? Is that Lancashire? Oh no, I think perhaps it was Lancashire then. It might have been Lancashire. I can't think of what the place was called exactly now. It was somewhere I'd never been before anyway. It was somewhere I didn't recognise.
Did you like travelling then?
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed traveling, and my partner Nigel, he drove everywhere, so that made it an awful lot easier. I think if I was just trying to drive myself or get the train, and I don't think I'd have coped with it in the
Did you
same
have to do
way.
it every day then to a different place?
Not every day, just certain weeks, and it wasn't like a specific like rota, like you did this on a Tuesday and you do that on a Wednesday. It was a little bit like, oh, this is what the next 2 weeks look like, and then there'd be a gap, and this is what the next 3 weeks looks like, and then there'd be a gap. So it was a little bit all over the place, because I suppose when you're doing those kind of things, you're awaiting instructions to where you've got to go and when.
Yeah.
And they didn't, tell me anything about anybody who I was going to see. I wasn't allowed to know. So even when we got there, we'd stop in like a hotel. We'd be given the address of the hotel, but I wouldn't actually be told until the next morning where I would be going that morning. I knew it would be within like perhaps a half an hour radius of where we were, because they're not going to put you up in a hotel and then you've got to drive another 2 hours away. Do you know what I mean? That wouldn't make sense. But literally, when it does go to where, you'll see then that when I knock on somebody's door to meet them and their pet, that is the first time I have seen that person. I don't even know their name, nothing. I don't know what pet they've got. I don't know what their name is. So it is, as you will see, it is all.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
But it was good really, because it was like a surprise for me, and then everybody knew that I couldn't have any prior knowledge of where I was going or who I was meeting. So it was the best way to do it, because obviously, as you can appreciate with what I do with the pet psychic stuff, you get people who they're very keen to have a pet reading, which is great, but obviously it is a bit hard to get your head around unless you're kind of seeing how it works and seeing how I do it. Then you start to understand it and get your head around it. But when somebody just says to you, oh yeah, I can telepathically and psychically talk to your pet, it's like, what? How'd you do that? Really? It's
really?
A bit like, that sounds a bit mad. Do you know what I mean? But when it's actually in progression and it's happening, it's like, it doesn't seem weird, if that makes sense. It just seems normal and natural, and you're giving information, and then the owner can say if they understand the information and they can validate it, and then you can put things into place. There may be things that have come up in the reading that then you can put things into progress that will hopefully be helpful to you and your pet, so there's hopefully a good outcome, so. But when it comes on, I'll be letting you know, Bob, and hopefully I can come back on your show to share the news.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, right, we'll move on. This is Joanne. Hi Beth, could I have a general reading for 2024, please?
Of course. Let's have a look for you, Joanne. I do this sometimes. Knock to clear the cards from the last reading. Clear them off.
Good.
Start them afresh. Joanne, reading for this year. Do you remember a song? Oh, and I don't know what it was called, and it went January, February. Don't you understand?
Yes.
I don't know what that was. That's coming into my mind, Joanne. So the end of this month, and maybe already you've seen a lot going on this month of January, Joanne, but I'm getting January, February are very, very busy months for you. So just be prepared that you've got a lot of to-ing and fro-ing in the next 4 to 5 weeks. You've got a beautiful card that says make memories. Can you see the elephant on there? Yeah. Elephants never forget. And I feel that you're going to be spending time with somebody from the past. And I don't know whether you've already organised this trip, this meeting, this outing, or whether this person hasn't actually even contacted you yet. But the advice there is that remember what they were like years ago, because people rarely change. So that's a little bit of advice there, but it is being welcomed in. So they're saying, yeah, just remember what they're like from years ago, because they haven't really changed. And as long as that's all right with you, then take things forward. You know, sometimes we can, you know, be a little bit, not gullible isn't probably the right word, but you know, when somebody we haven't seen for ages, oh yeah, but I know I used to do this and I used to do that, but I'm not like that now. You know, you get that. It's like they've still retain who they are, but they're not a bad person. But it's just something somebody you need to know with this person that's going to be around you. Just remember that. You've got a lovely card that says stand out from the crowd, and I think you're going to be perfectly suited for that, particularly around this March, where you've got to stand in front of a group of people, or you've got to give your opinion and your advice on something. So you will be stood out, but you will take that in your stride. Don't worry about it. You'll do very well indeed. And you've got a lot to offer. You've got a lot to offer people, Joanne. So don't fear that at all. The name Roy, R-O-Y, or Ron, R-O-N, is being shown to me. That might be somebody who's already connected to you. If not, look out for them coming in. Let's see what the next card is. You've got this lovely card of meditation and mindfulness. Like I said before, it's a stress card. It's urging you to have some peace. Spirit have already told me that you're going to be running around. You've got a lot going on, a very busy time. So you've got to grab that when you can. And then you've got taking the view. So you need to book a holiday, some kind of restful escapism. That picture there, look, is Durdle Door in Dorset. Maybe that's somewhere you could go, Joanne. Go to Dorset, go and visit there. You know, just you feel better when you're by water or you're by the sea. That's when you do your best thinking. You've got the card as well of decision time, so that's come up for you. So again, not fearing decisions. Decisions are there to be made, and decisions can be life-changing. I want to say that to you, particularly where work life is involved. I just feel like you don't always give yourself enough credit for the good that you do. Is anybody around you, Joanne, that's trading in the medical field? Is there somebody about to go into being a nurse or a midwife? It's like Spirit are acknowledging somebody around you that's got that career coming in. Or maybe they already do that, but Spirit are acknowledging it. And you've got this card, look, support each other. So if you've got somebody around you who's training in that industry, they might need a little bit of help and understanding from you. Now, you've got this wonderful card of dive right in. And that is part of your nature, spirits say, that you like to go in feet first. I don't know if you're a Scorpio. If not, look out for anybody of that star sign around you, because Scorpios are very independent and often they dress a little bit alternatively. And Scorpios like to wear a lot of black as well, but they're very individual type of people and they like to do their own thing. So if you're not a Scorpio, think about who's around you who is. Look out for somebody of that star sign coming in. But
Aries. Okay. She's an Aries.
Aries. Take a leaf out of their book about standing on your own 2 feet, being independent and going for what you want. It doesn't matter if you feel as though you're not following somebody else's advice or you're not living up to somebody else's expectations. It's like you've got to do your own thing. You're not to live your life because somebody else wants you to do a certain career or somebody else wants it for you. It's got to be about what you want for you. So maybe there is a Scorpio coming in that will kind of lead the way, or you'll think, do you know what, I want to be a bit more like them. That makes sense to me. But certainly for that to come through, remember I've told you that. That's important. Now, is there anybody called Irene or Iris around you? Because I'm seeing IR being shown to me from the spirit world, Joanne. I don't know if you can type it in that quick to let me know.
I've got the number 22 for her.
Let's have a look at that then. Let's have a look at 22 for you, Joanne. Two little ducks in bingo, isn't it? 22.
It is, yeah.
You will soon be embarking on a train journey. Make travel arrangements carefully, ensuring that you double check the details and then enjoy the destination.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? You've got to like go and do what you want to do, Joanne. Get on the train and go to where you want to go.
Believe it or not, this is a good one. This is. What's this?
Oh, my mum's birthday, 22. My daughter's 22.
My daughter's 22.
Yeah, you've got my job then, Bob. Psychic Bob.
But that's, you know,
so
it's
nice.
incredible how things go like that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's coming to your mind for a reason. I hope that's helped you, Diane. Sorry, Joanne. Hope that's helped you.
Yeah, and I'm just going back up a bit because I think say something. Thank you very much. The accuracy was amazing. You've given me hope and a better outlook for 2024. Wow. Thank you so much. Sending love. That's Rebecca.
Oh, you're very welcome, Rebecca. Just go for it. You know, don't let things stand in your way.
Diane said, I had a manifestation book bought for Christmas.
You better start reading it then, Diane. Put it into practice. Put it into practice.
Let's go back down.
I'm a big believer in manifestation. I really am, because I know it's worked for me. You know, these things that I've done.
Rebecca just said, Bob, we missed Steph. Where's Steph? Did we do Steph?
No, because I've wrote everybody's name down.
All right. Yeah, I'll just put her in now. Beth, could you please do a general reading for me, please? Thanks.
And that's Steph. Let's have a look for you, Steph.
Steph.
Do you know what I just got in my mind, Steph, as just linking in there? Some boat trip. I just could see a picture of a boat trip. So I don't know if that's something you've done or it's coming up. So just remember that straight away before I got the cards out. Woohoo! Got a nice surprise here. You've got financial reward. So things are going to start to pay off for you in a good financial way there, Steph. So you must have been focusing really a little bit on your finances and money. Obviously, it's always a good practice to go through your bank statements and make sure you're not paying for direct debits that you've forgotten about and all things like that. But Spirit tell me you're financially astute, so you're quite good. But that might be something that you can pass a bit of advice on to those around you. But that's a nice card. That's a nice card, financial reward. So financially, sometimes, excuse me, it's hard to ask for money, or if we're owed money or anything like that. It can be quite an awkward subject. So sometimes you have to get your head around it. But what Spirit is saying to me, you deserve this financial reward. You know, you deserve it. So just look at things in that way, that when it comes, you deserve it. You've only got to say thank you. Stand out from the crowd. I love this card. Can you see? It's like, I don't know how well you can see it on there, but it's like a little yellow Fiat, like a little Fiat 126 or something, one of those tiny little Fiats, you know, and it's yellow, it's bright, it's zesty. So sometimes you might think that it might only be you and you might only be small, but you can make a big impact on people, and that you can make a big impact on those around you that you are yet to meet. Spirit show me the Virgo star sign, so maybe you're a Virgo. If not, look out for a Virgo coming in around you in a good way. And you've got this card as well, make memories. I don't feel like it's about the past for you though. I feel that this is more of a future card, and certainly getting away with family, having a break is really important for you. And Spirit just said that there is a new car coming in around you, a new vehicle, and Spirit have put the thumbs up. They're giving me the name David, and also either Marianne or Mary or Marie. It's like I can see M-A-R. I think it might be Marianne, but the Spirit are giving me that name to share with you as well. A little bit more artistic for you. So be an artist, paint and create. So maybe you want to create your own deck of cards like me. Do something with photography, for instance, but just apply yourself, because when you do those kind of activities, it's very therapeutic and it will do you good. You've got the dive right in card. So really this year is about going for it, you know, and I think you're a bit of that nature anyway, from what Spirit have told me, that you do look forward to things and you want to get on with life and you want to go for it. So there's something there where you'll be asked to assist somebody with a bit of a challenge, and you're the right person to do it, because you've got quite an ordered mind and you can look at how things are going to finish, and then you can look at the steps of how to get to that finish line. So you need to sort of talk to somebody about that, how they can achieve a goal, you know, start at the end and then work your way backwards at how you can get there. That will make sense to somebody around you. And then you've got home is where you park it. So a bit of an adventure, actually, when we get this card. It's about travel. It's about being in nature. Maybe you like to go camping or something of that nature, Steph. But being out in the woods, in fields, by water, walking will do you the power of good. It's such a stress relief, you know, when we go out walking, and it can help you make sense of what's going on around you. Yeah. I want to say to you, April the 22nd and 23rd, it's like I see a star over those dates. So something nice, something special happening there. And it's somebody's big birthday this year. And so it's all about having a great big celebration, like a milestone birthday celebration. So it really needs to have those preparations put into place earlier rather than later. But thanks for getting in touch and joining in tonight, Steph. Much appreciated.
Should we just say she's a Virgo? And she said, yes, I'm into art, photography, especially astrophotography.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Well, there you go. The cards don't lie. Glad you understood that, Steph.
She did. She loved it. Absolutely.
Oh, brilliant.
Loved it.
Brilliant.
We've nearly come to the end of the show. So where can people buy your book?
I've got Life by Numbers by Elizabeth Barber and Everything You Need to Know to Become a Pet Psychic, Amazon, or this one is available in Waterstones in the big city shops. You know, if you like go to Birmingham or Bristol or Cardiff or somewhere like that, you can get it off the shelf, or Maryhill and Dudley have got it. Or just, you know, if you go and Google it, I know there's copies on eBay, Amazon. This book is all over the place, really. It's in some bookshops, or you can order it through a bookshop if that's easier for you. So it's quite easy to get hold of. Life by Numbers, you probably get it on eBay, but mainly on Amazon.
Well, what can we say? Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been amazing. You know, it's been
I
a
always
while
love
since we've been on.
it has, and I always love coming on your show, Bob. So thank you for inviting me. You do a great job.
And when your show's televised, we'll get you back on after that.
Yay! Hope it's soon. Thanks, Bob. It's been brilliant.
Diane's just saying, thank you, Bob and Beth. Great show. Good night, everyone. Joanne just said, great show. Thank you. It's been amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for joining in. That's great.
Well, it's nice when people ask questions.
Well, it makes it a bit more interactive, and then, you know, it's nice to get a reading, isn't it? We all need a reading sometimes.
We do. But yeah, so I'll tell you what, just pull me a card then.
Oh, of course.
I'm beauty of it when I'm doing my own show. I can do as long as I want.
You're your own boss, you see, Bob.
Yeah, pull me a card.
You want.
That would be nice.
Let's have a look for you. Can't miss you out, can we? You've got the chill out card. You've got the chill out card there, Bob. So can you see it's like the spring blossom coming up? So
yes, I can. Yes.
I think that sometimes when I get this card, it's like a chill out before a crazy time. You know, like the calm before the storm, but in a nice way. So that's saying to you, when in the spring you get time, a little bit of time to yourself, because life is going to get speeded up and really, really busy. You're going to have quite a lot of invitations for things this year. And I think that will be good, that you're going to be out and about, going to different things, you know, so just accept those invitations. I think the 28th of May, around that time, is a really good time in your life as well. So just remember, I've told you that. You've got the card that says, you must keep things simple, though. You need to write everything down so you don't get sort of lost in all the preparations and all the, you know, it's easy to think, oh, no, what day did they say again? So you need a page a day diary. Just jot everything down.
I know where you're coming from there as well. Filming.
Well, I've just had to get one because I'm hopeless. I think, and then you think you're going to remember, and the next day you can't remember. Do you know what I mean? You think, like my daughter asked me to get something for her today, and I had to message her because she said she wanted so many, and I just couldn't remember what number she'd said. I was like, how many did you say? You wanted 3 or 5? You know, and she'd only told me like an hour before. And I'm like, I got it. I'm like, I can't remember. You know, so it's going to be good practice for you. And that will kind of take stress away. Because I've only got to look in my book and it'll be there. You've got notice the signs. I love that card. Notice the signs. Now, can you see there? There's a zebra crossing.
I can.
And it's like people are going to be waiting for you. You know, like you're going to be sort of in demand and they're awaiting a reply from you. So again, it's about like we stop at the side of the road, the cars stop, and then we walk across the zebra crossing, like we're in control of that situation. So it's a bit like that when I look at this card for you. So it's about like really taking onus of your own life, doing your own thing, and expanding what you do already. So I know you love what you do now, but I don't know whether you're going to make that even bigger or it's going to lead on. Have you thought about getting into your local radio or community radio? Because they're saying to me there's more to be done in the radio side of things.
Yeah, I thought about it. Yes, definitely.
Well, Spirit are giving you a push to make yourself known to them.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to do like a psychic show.
Oh, well, that would be perfect.
And talking about different things, about aliens, Bigfoot, lots of different things. What a lot of radio shows don't do.
Yeah.
And inviting guests on from around the world. like I do here, but on national radio.
Well, your show's called Out of Nowhere, and when you were saying that, I thought you were going to say you were going to call your new show Out of the Ordinary.
I like that.
Yeah, Out of the Ordinary, which it almost encompasses like what you're saying, you know, strange phenomena, you know,
Yes.
psychic people, or perhaps people who had a past life, or all those kind of things that, you know, maybe we've all had strange experiences, and it's nice to hear what other people have been through or what's happened to them. And sometimes it's things that you just can't really explain. It's like being in the right place at the right time, like a weird coincidence or synchronicity. So that sounds like it would be really good content for a show. But it's like spirit are pushing you for like your community local type station, where you would be out of your house doing it. You'd be in the studio and maybe have a co-presenter, so you've got somebody to bounce off, which would be really, really fun, because you've got a great sense of humour, and they're pushing you into that.
I've thought about that as well. Yeah.
Well, have a look at what's in your area. Obviously, I'm a long way from you, so I don't know your neck of the woods whatsoever. To
the Scarborough, Briglington, Hull.
Well, there's got to be something in those areas where there's
the Scarborough. Local... They do radio, and Briglington does one as well. Well, and then there's Hull, BBC.
Oh, you've got a few that you could perhaps approach then and see who takes you up on their offer, and maybe, you know, suggest your ideas for the show you want. Yeah. And then this is just so perfect for you. Shine your light on the world. And that's the Northern Lights there, you know, in Iceland.
I know. I've seen them quite a few times at Bempton.
Really?
Well, yeah, we've seen them this last year, October and November. Northern Lights at Bempton. Seen them. Got them on film.
Oh, how amazing. Wow.
People don't realise that you
could talk about. Yes, sometimes you can see them from the UK, can't you?
Oh, yeah. This last year we have done.
But I think that is the perfect part. Yeah. Shine your light on the world. That's what you've got to do, Bob.
Thank you.
You've got to go bigger. You're very welcome.
Well, I know you are.
Spirits say this to me. Oh, thank you. Hopefully, spirits say this to me: May and June. So it could well be the months of May and June that are very starred for you. But also, is there anybody with those names of May and June? Because it's like, I don't know if I'm hearing it as people's names.
I've got a friend of mine's mom who passed away was called June.
But did you know June?
Yes, I knew her.
Did you? Because I feel like if it's for you, then you would directly know her, not just know because your friend has talked about her, if that makes sense. And I
know her personally.
Oh, that's fine. Then this could be where it is. Let me give you a little bit more information, and then you can validate.
Yes.
One of the first things I hear is a lot of chestiness and a lot of croakiness and a lot of coughing, like she can't get her breath in life. It's like that was something that was with her for some time.
Yeah.
That's right. You can hear me.
Yeah, I can
and I said to her, just show me something that Bob would know straight away. So she shows me that she had issues in the chest area for some time, and she is saying that she'd got, you know, when some people have got a bit of a mischievous look in their eye, you know, and they've got this sense of humour, and sometimes it could be a bit of a sarcastic or dry sense of humour. So she comes over like wanting to pull your leg about things. So she's got a really good sense of humour.
You've gone again.
I don't know if I lost you then. She says, she shows me, you know, the till in the shop, you know, like a till. She shows me that, and then she shows me like the drawer with like money going in and that. Is there somebody that's in? Did she work in retail, or is there somebody who works in the till, has got the till? She just keeps showing me the till. That's all I can see. With, you know, like with all the numbers on it, and she keeps showing me that.
I work in a charity shop, so we use the till.
You work in the charity shop?
Yeah, I work in the charity shop, yeah.
It's her way then of acknowledging what you do, because she was just, all I could see was the till in the shop. That's all I could see. Oh, it's her way of acknowledging your role and what you're doing. So she's watching over you and seeing what you're up to. She's talking about somebody who's just been to get their eyes tested and getting new glasses. Is that her daughter?
No, I know who that is. The girl I work with has just been for hers done 2 days ago.
Yeah, this is like now. It's like very recent. She's just been seeing this going on. Is that where you work then, at the shop?
Yes.
Oh, it's her again, just acknowledging and validating that she's watching you at the shop and she can see what's going on. So she knows this conversation has very recently taken place. Yeah. She says you must be very careful in the shop because there's going to be some expensive jewellery that's coming into the shop and you must check it. Not to just put it out for 50 pence.
She's spot on there because I price all the jewellery.
Is that your job, doing the jewellery?
Yeah, I do that as well. Besides, I do them. I do the watches, but I do check if I think it's gold or I think I have an app on my phone where I can click on it and it'll tell me how much they're worth. But spot on there. That's a good thing, that is.
Well, she thinks that you haven't got a strong enough magnifying glass.
She's spot on it there.
Because she says you could miss it because your magnifier's not strong enough. So you can get one that would be like 32 or even 64. Like you need a really powerful one. Maybe have a look on eBay or somewhere.
I will do.
Because she says you're going to get, and it looks like pearls. You know when you get like a string of pearls?
Oh, yes, yeah.
She's showing me jewellery like that's old, like antique. And there's some little things in there which are worth quite a lot of money. And she's just saying that she wants to tell you not to accidentally put it in there and price it up at £1 or something when it could be worth £500.
Yes, I'm with you there. Yes, yeah.
So she's just asking you to be getting a better magnifier and being very vigilant.
Because it's quite hard on pearls sometimes, because some of them are fake and some are real. So you've got to make sure you're doing the right thing.
I think you can bite a pearl.
That's right. You can bite it or something, can't you?
Yeah, you'll have to Google it. Google it in case anybody walks in and they think, what on earth is Bob doing?
Yes, it's so true, that is as well.
Yeah, so she can see things going on in the shop and she's just giving you that little bit of her advice. She wants to send love to her family, and she puts her thumb up and said somebody's celebrating a birthday now. So it's sort of like tomorrow or yesterday, but it's like it's very near, or it's just happened. So she's wishing them happy birthday and she's putting up her thumb. And she also does this, so I know there's news of a baby coming in.
Oh.
So if you could pass that on to her family. She's
she's
doing this to you. Sending you love and kisses. She's quite a tactile person. she'd want to give you a hug, and she's quite tactile, and she's a
Yes.
very loving lady. So that's so lovely that she came through today. I hope you like that,
It is,
Bob.
because Martin, my friend in Germany, that's his mother who's passed away.
Oh,
And Martin's got, she had a place on the seafront. She left it to both the sons. The sons fell out, but Martin's managed to buy it off his other brother, David. And he's been doing it up for when he retires. So I will tell Martin his mom's come through as well.
yes, if you could pass that on, I know she'd be very pleased.
I will do.
Oh,
Because he had some jewelry, and it was worth £1,000.
wow.
So she, I presume she's been watching that and then watching me doing jewelry.
You'll be like the David Dickinson of the charity shop.
I like it. I like it. Well, what can we say? Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's been great fun. Lovely to join you, Bob. And I'll speak to you again soon.
Oh, you can come on anytime in the
Thanks,
future.
Bob.
It'd be nice for you to come back on after you've been on Channel 5.
Yeah, when I know the date, I'm going to come back on, if that's all right with you, and then we can share the news.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right, my guest on Friday is Nancy Thames. Nancy is a former Department of Defense employee, a lifelong contactee of extraterrestrial beings, and is emerged as a significant voice in the realm of alien disclosure. She's on this Friday at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific, and 8 p.m. in the UK. That's Friday, the 19th of January. Thank you again. And I'll just finish the stream.